Basic skirt making. Here's the back. The back, we are going to insert zip, and then this place is slit. Okay, this is the fabric that we'll be using, but in today's tutorial, let's focus on how to draft a basic pattern. So you need a paper and marker or pencil and a paper, scissors. The measurements we are going to use is our waist, hip measurements, and the length of the skirt. Then use your long rule to mark a straight line on your paper this way as a starting line. Then take 2 inches from this side to that was set as our zip allowance or zipper points. Okay, label it this way, your waistline. Then from the waist to the hip, we are going to use 8 inches. 8 inches. I'm not using lining. I'll attach band to it. That's why I'm using 8 inches. But you can use between 8 to 10. So this is my hip. And the length, I'm going to use 22 inches. And I'll add 2 inches for folding the edge or for the finishing. Take note of that. Use your long ruler and then label its length this way. Bring out your paper, scissors, and then cut this part out. Now the waist measurement, you are going to divide by all the measurements by 4. Okay, so the waist measurement I'm using 30 divided by 4, 7.5, and I added 3 inches allowance so that the 3 inches was set. I'll use some for the darts and sewing. Then the hip measurement is 42 divided by 4. I added plus 3 to it as an allowance. Okay, but when you get to the length, okay, you are going to take 1 inch from the hip allowance and you put it there. If you don't want that place as fitting, then please go ahead and put the same hip measurement on the length. Join the dots together. Then that's all. So in case you didn't add allowance, okay, just use your marker to just take 1 or ½ inch around it like this. Let's cut it out, then I'll show you what you are supposed to do next. When you finish cutting this out, we want to draft our darts. So I'll fold the zipper allowance inside this place because the zip will be at the back. So I'll fold the zip inside this way so that we can focus on the front pattern. I'm done, and then look at what I'm going to do. Label it front this way so that when you are using it on your main fabric, you won't get confused. Good. And this is back. Now to insert your dart. We are going to take 4" and take half inch around it, and then you come down by 4 inches. Use your ruler to connect where you took your 4 inches before the half inch, then connect it this way. So that is all for the front. And for the back, we have to go down by 5. That place there, that is longer than the front. So before we get to the back, let's shape the waistline. Okay, just take half inch around that place and connect it from that place, and let's cut that place off too. So that'll be all for today's tutorial for the pattern. So let's turn it back to our back pattern and then draft the darts. So the dart, the same thing. Okay, just take your 4 inches this way, take half inch around it, and come down by 5 inches, connect it to the middle where you took the 4 this way, and use the half inch as vein and connect also. So that is it. Now we want to draft our band. Okay, so you use the same waist measurement to determine how long, how big you want it. So I'm using 6 inches, so I'm marking 3 inches on it, because all the pattern, when we are cutting on the main fabric, it will be on fold. Okay, so please, that will be all for the pattern. I'll be coming up with the video on how to cut it on your main fabric. So if you have not subscribed yet, you have to do that. Put on the notification bell so that when that video is ready, you'll be able to see it. Okay,